How we feeling? How we doing? All right, get things settled here. Hopefully you guys had a good week. All right, everyone, welcome back. I am your host, the Ice Dragon, Rayron VR. Welcome, everyone. Hopefully everyone had a good week. And welcome to a Good Friday. I'm just going to adjust my music here so I'm not yelling over it. All right. So, welcome everyone. Hopefully you guys had a good week. Again, I am Rayron, the Ice Dragon, coming to you live from the Icey Rails Podcast. And with that, we've got a lot of things to talk about. And then we'll go ahead and fire up the engine that I'm really excited for. But kind of some housekeeping items. So again, I want to thank you guys so much. You guys, again, have been killing it this week. I think we gained like 78 subscribers in 1 week, which is nuts to say the least. So you guys have been killing it. And I hope you guys enjoy the content that's on here. So with that, kind of want to do a mini unboxing real quick, and then we'll get the show on the road. Hey, Train Man, how you doing? So I got this awesome thing in here. This is the Exact Rail. I love these particular freight cars here, the depressed center flat cars. I've been looking for these for a while now, and I've been trying to find a good price for them because when it comes to new equipment and new freight cars in particular, and I don't necessarily do modern, but I do need something that's functional for a couple of projects that I got coming up, which I can't wait to show you guys. Wigwag Workshop, how you doing? Welcome. And so I finally got these, and it's like they were on sale for a great price. And what's nice about it is that this particular company kind of does it right from what I've been looking for. It's like it has metal wheels, and if you can see here on the, let me see if I can find it here. But they are equipped with KD couplers, which means I don't have to mess with them out of the box, which is nice. So go ahead and open it up real quick. The packaging is nice. It's not necessarily clamshell, however, it's nice, easy, lift up, move the plastic aside, and boom, there is the car. No fuss at all. So again, here is that depressed car here. Again, we can put nice big loads on here. Again, we got those KD couplers, which is nice because I don't have to, unscrew the trucks, unscrew the cover for it. All I gotta basically do is bend the air hose here on the coupler. So I'll just do that real quick. So I just do it here, bend it up a little bit, bend it up a little bit, and boom, we have a working depressed flat car. So I think the chassis is a little bit plastic. The top here is a little bit metal, which is nice. Again, you got metal wheels. The trucks don't have that annoying springs that are associated with it. I know some of the more modern cars have the springs in the trucks. I hate that with a passion because those springs tend to get dislodged from time to time, especially when you're moving the wheels. So I'm overall impressed with these, and definitely going to be a big staple for the channel. So I'm definitely excited for that. So I'll put this guy away. But yeah, I am really, really excited. So cannot wait. So, and I actually got these on sale. Grabbed a whole bunch of them. There's a whole bunch of undecorated versions that was exclusive from the Train Life store. So to my understanding, I think Train Life is the website from Exact Rail that you can purchase this stuff from. So yeah, definitely excited for these cars. We bought a whole bunch of undecorated ones, so that way we can paint them whatever we want, which is nice. Because there's a whole bunch of decorative stuff that I want to do, but again, with the NMRA height It makes it a little bit more difficult with just having normal flat cars. With the depressed flat cars, we can actually put some higher loads and bigger loads onto them. So that's what I'm mostly excited for. And to put certain cameras on them as well. So definitely excited for that. But with that, let's go ahead and go to the main event, and then we'll talk some more. Let me just double check something real quick here, see if all this will load. Oh, wow, yeah, that's definitely not working. Okay, I'll deal with that later. All right, so let's go ahead and go to Phoenix Point. All right, so Phoenix Point has something kind of interesting. We'll go ahead and fire up the engine. Missouri Pacific Quad 1s has the special train here. And as you can see, it is carrying not one, but two cameras. And of course, we shorted out because I forgot to switch the track here. There we go. So right now it is carrying the camera car. It looks kind of awkward, but it works. So let's go ahead and jump on that train. We'll run up to the side and we will go ahead and bring up our camera views here. So welcome aboard the Missouri Pacific Quad 1s here. On the right-hand side, we have kind of the forward view, and then we've got the rear view camera. So something I've kind of debuted on the last episode of the Icey Station podcast. And so now we're going to see it in its full operational. And we'll go from there. So again, I know the quality's not 100% great, but at least we get to ride the trains live on a live stream. And that's kind of my biggest goal, was to try to figure out how to make this work. And let's just say it took about 10 years to figure this out. And the answer was actually really simple. It took a hot minute to get it figured out. So basically, we have a security camera that's connected to an app that's being powered by basically external batteries that you saw there on the camera. And that is being fed through my phone, which is then being capture carded to the computer, which is getting captured through Streamlabs OBS. So that's why the quality's not 100% great to where I want it to be. We'll eventually get it to 1080p, but it's going to take some time to figuring out because it requires a lot more effort to get there. But right now I'm trying to prove the theory that we can live stream on a train. And so basically, here we are. And then we can kind of go to the front camera here. So let's go ahead and I'll go to, let me rename this real quick. Oops, never mind, let's do this. We'll do the one train camera view. And then we'll bring up this. So that way we've got a full screen as well. And what's cool about it is that I can also go to the rear camera as well. So we got a lot of cool opportunities with this system. Word. Yep, I see you both.
Just watching. Just watching.
Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, we got a train coming around Phoenix Point there to Harbor Point over to the Wilding. And again, the main goal is to try to get this to 1080p. But for now, this is the best quality I can get. And so we'll run this train around a couple times, then we'll connect to the Smurf train that's kind of parked, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, so this is kind of the big breakthrough that we've had just recently. Again, I've been wanting to do this for a very long time, just running a train around. It's great having all the cameras. I said we'll kind of go to a few of the cameras here. One camera that is brand new, and I think I forgot to rename it. Let me see if I can find it here. Nope, that's not it. We'll find it. Oh, testing range. Here we go. So there's testing range. This is a brand new camera angle. Originally, that camera was on this corner on Wilding 6. However, I was already having a camera there, so I wanted a different camera on testing range, so that way we can kind of get the full 360. And then, so we got it coming around Wilding 2. Nope. Let's see, 2. No, it's actually 4. There we go. So there's a camera train going around there. And then we'll find Wilding 6 will be coming up here pretty soon. All right, so there's our Missouri Pacific lines with the camera train. And I think something I should do is we'll have a camera within the camera. So I'll make sure to add a camera with these sub cameras, if that makes any sense. And then we'll bring it back over to Phoenix Point. Kind of want to bring this text back over here. And then we'll go ahead and bring it back over here. And there's a Fairy VR with our cat, Sarah. The other twin. And then we'll go back to the one camera here. So now not only do we have cameras going around the entire layout, we now can jump back on board to the train and watch it from that perspective.
I can't hold both of you. Your sister's shedding a lot.
Alright, and then we're going to edit. So we're going to rename this to one train cam. And done. And then if we want to see kind of both perspectives, we'll go ahead and switch it back to the two. So that way you have the front and the rear view. So definitely excited about this. Hey, Braden Banding, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. So again, the stream feed itself is a little choppy. Again, still working on it. The fact that we got it this far is a huge breakthrough. I want to get to 60 frames per second. Just have to do a little bit more research to figure things out. But just very happy that we have this perspective. And if there's any particular angle that you guys want, just let me know. I can try to figure it out. But I think at this point we'll probably do... Because one thing that I do like to do, we'll have another train kind of follow us from the behind to get that front viewpoint a little bit. All right. So that's actually, I know exactly. Okay. So it depends on the type of trucks that you have for the passenger cars. If you have, I don't know if I have an example of it. I just gotta find them. Alright, give me a hot minute. I can definitely answer this. Because you got several different types of trucks that go on passenger cars. So you've got these ones. Let me, okay. So you got these type. Now, if you just have these type, and you've got like the little clamp that's underneath it, go with Whisker Katy couplers. Because then you can just swap it on the top here. Now, if you've got the longer shank ones, if you have like the trucks that have like a little snap bit, and I don't know if I have an actual you know what? I think I need to go this way. So I gotta grab my tools here. So Katy also makes these type of couplers for passenger trains as well, especially for the old like River Aussies that I have, that I'm a big fan of. They've got wide variety of lengths. So they got like these long, I don't know the official term, but you can see how we've got medium-sized ones. And then we have the longer ones here. So yeah, the Katy does make them. And for me personally, I love them. They work just fine. The passenger train that's parked on the side here is a Chicago Northwestern. Let me actually grab one of those cars, so that way you can understand a little bit better what I'm talking about. Okay, so you have these type of passenger cars that have, usually you see these a lot on the River Aussies, the AHCs, the IHC, or AMC, if I remember correctly. And so they got like the old school horn hook couplers, and then you can convert them. They basically just snap in to replace them for the old Katy style. And these are the Katys that I have on right now. So that's what I recommend if you have this style. They're a little bit expensive. I think for a pack of 4, they're like $10 if I remember correctly. But just do your research. You can find what's in your budget for you. But like I said, it just depends, because you have this style, which these you can just get the simple the Whisker Katy couplers. Or if you have these ones, you can go with the snap-in ones. But again, I don't know the official terminologies. But that's what I use. So hopefully that helps. But yeah, no, good question. Definitely good question. Yeah, no problem. And then I'm gonna see if I have the box. I don't know if I have the box though. No, I think I threw them out. But basically I have this whole tote here of whiskey Katy couplers, because these are the best in my opinion. These guys right here are the best couplers that I always try to go with. So you can I don't know if the camera's going to pick up on this, but these couplers, come on, I know you can focus. One of these days I'll get my other camera set up. But yeah, these ones have like little wire on the sides. Come on, just focus. It's trying. There we go. So you can kind of see there the little wires that are protruding from the end there. And these couplers have been the best. So I stock up on them. As soon as I see them go and sell, I stock up on a whole bunch of them. As you can see, I've got a ton of them in here. Because me personally, the way I collect things is I buy like very old blue box type of freight cars. And, I'll have a whole bunch to convert. And I get them for like dirt cheap, for like $5. And I'll convert them over. So, yep, that's what I use. All right, let me go put, so again, this is one of the older Chicago Northwesterns, and this is actually, I think, a Concours, Yeah, so even Concours have these style of trucks. But these ones, I've had no problems. Concours, River Rossies, they're all in the same family of passenger cars. But yeah, and as you can see along my wall too, as the train goes around there, like right there, I've got a whole bunch of those cars. So again, I try to stock up on those type of couplers as I see them come available. Yeah, let's make this a little bit interesting here. I'll go to the 2 cam. And then what we'll do is we'll probably bring out the Smurf train onto the main line, and then we'll have it following behind the camera. Try to get that front end shot a little bit. But yeah, with this particular app, I can go up to 4 cameras, and I think that'll be kind of the next step. I mean, for now, that's more of a luxury type of thing for me. So it'll be kind of cool to go up to 4 trains, so that way you can capture like the front, the back, and then probably like the center of a train. But again, that requires also having the flat cars and the external batteries to do. So at that point, I don't think I want to go too crazy with it. But I think just having one at the front for the engineer and one at the back there for the conductor on the caboose, I think that'd be pretty cool. Now, there are definitely some limitations when it comes to the setup. Obviously, I can't go through tunnel portals because the camera cars are definitely too high. They're definitely not within NMRA standards. That's kind of the next evolutionary step that I need to make, is see if we can get those particular camera cars to be a little bit smaller. So, but we're not there yet. For now, I'm just going to continue on to improve what we have here and then go from there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and stop the Missouri Pacific here. I'm going to go ahead and switch the on Phoenix Point here. I think I'll bring the 111 up a little bit more, actually. And then we'll get some more action shots here. So I need to go to switch 200. And then we're going to throw it. Okay, so that switch behind me is thrown. All right, and then we're going to bring up Phoenix Point. And then we're going to start up the 195, which is the rock. I also call it the Smurf train, because the Smurf train is definitely blue. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and get that train going, get the light on, and get her rolling. All right, so 195 has been dispatched. We've got the switch thrown and coming on to the main line at Phoenix Point. You kind of see it behind me as well. Now the camera there at Phoenix Point, I had to shift it to the right a little bit because of the cameras on the train. It was actually hitting each other, so eventually this camera I gotta shift to the right a little bit, so that way I can get it more on the mainline shot. I just haven't done it yet. So that's why it's kind of off. All right, and then so it's going to go on to Harbor Point here. I'm going to do a few edits here real quick. Yep. Oops. Yeah. There we go. And then we're going to bring up the Wilding Bridge. And I'm going to add... I'll add this right here. Okay. No, I'll actually get rid of it. I forgot about that slight bit. Yeah, that looks better. Breathe, pumpkin. All right, so now what's cool about this, we're gonna go ahead and stop. Because I don't want it running into the other train here, but what's cool about it is that there is a train. So now we can go ahead and bring it up a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to stop it real quick, because if I really want to get this nice shot, I'm going to go ahead and remove that caboose off the train, so we can really get a nice front shot of that engine. So give me one hot minute, and we'll get that underway. Okay. And then I think what we'll do is we'll shorten this guy up a little bit. I mean, actually, you know what? Let's just remove it. There we go. Okay. Hi, pumpkin. All right. So we'll get as close to the Cameron car as we can. And then we'll try a speed match first. And then let's see. So it looks like we got to raise up 195. And I may have to adjust that camera because it looks like it's already off-centered a little bit. So now we have kind of like an action scene camera as well. All right, looks like we're doing pretty good. And that's going on testing range. So it looks like we're 4 speed steps difference. All right, we gotta speed up the camera train here a little bit more. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. All right, let me fix this camera real quick. That's looking a little bit better. Cool. And then I'll bring up Phoenix Point here real quick. Oh, and I forgot to switch it back. There we go. Got that Phoenix Point switch back to the main line. So this the Rock engine is a ESU, has an ESU decoder in it. It has momentum, which is annoying. And one of these days I'll get it off, but alright. And we've got Harbor Point there. Again, you can see the camera cars. And then the ridiculous cameras. Oh, I can't wait to make that a little bit smaller. And as we come over the Wilding corner number 1/bridge, we've got the quad one there. And you can just see just how much that camera car is kind of ridiculous. It's got some work. It's got some work. Alright, what fell? What fell? Well, I know for a fact I'm missing some train pits here, so. Oh, well, that is a caboose that's hit the floor. Okay. So I think it derailed, and then it finally just fell on the floor. I have to look on the replay to see how that happened. Okay, let's get our diesel caught up here. All right. Oh, that's awesome, train man. All right, I'm gonna get rid of that. Oh, and let's just make sure we don't rear end it. All right. Slow down just a tad here. Yeah, I may have to put like Velcro or something on the bottom because I still see the camera turning on that camera there. It's a little of an OCD issue, but yeah, I think that's something we'll have to do next time. All right, let's bring up Harbor Point. And then we'll bring up the bridge. All right. And then we've got the Smurf train coming around. All right. All right, let's crank up the speed a little bit. All right. Go back to the 2-camera view here. All right, let's have the rock train catch up here. But yeah, I'm definitely having a blast with this setup. I'm just very, very happy that we've got that camera train up and going. And I think what we'll do here pretty soon is that we'll probably do one more lap, and then I'll connect that flat car to the rock train and put it somewhere in the middle, so that we can get kind of a perspective of the front and back of that train. And then we'll start testing it with a full train. All right. All right. Man, I'm getting annoyed with YouTube sometimes with this chat room because, like, for some reason it puts, like, on top chat mode instead of on live chat mode, and it just throws me off. It's kind of crazy. Alright, so let's go back to Harbor Point. And we'll bring up the rock here on the point. That's a pretty cool shot, being able to see the whole train like that. Go away. No. All right. So yeah, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and park the camera train, allow the rock to go about halfway through. We'll do some ops. So that way we can get some things connected. And we'll go from there. All right, let's bring up 195 a little bit more. All right, and I'm actually gonna go to true train camera view. Because I'm going to need that front camera view actually. Bless you, kitten. Oh, goodness. Your face. Okay. You're sneezy butt today. All right. Let's go ahead and do this. I'll bring up Phoenix Point here. And then I'm going to hide the POV cam. And then we'll go from there. So I'm going to take my controller. Again, I just use kind of a iPad thing. Okay. And so what we're going to do is basically stop the rock engine here. And then we're going to park this train. And we'll attach, oh, actually, we gotta do a few things actually now that I think about it. Let's go ahead and get the 1000 parked. So right now, this is kind of the first test experiment into operations a little bit. So now we need to decouple, which I have to find something that's going to help me. That's not going to work. Let's see here. We'll find something. Well, I thought I had something. Yeah, I guess that'll work. There we go. Oh, that's not fair. Now you're... There we go. Okay, so we actually got to bring 111 back out. I'm going to try to find something else to use. This is just not working. Oh, there we go. I'll try this. Alright, so 111's out of the way. Gonna bring up the rock a little bit. So now what we want to do is we want to pick up this car. Kind of in the center of the train a little bit. So you guys are actually getting some ops with this, so that's pretty interesting. Eventually I'll have like a wireless mic, so that way it doesn't feel like I'm trying to shout into the mic in the center, but we'll get it figured out. Alright. Alright. So, let's go ahead and go forward. And what we'll do is I will switch you guys to... We'll bring this. We'll bring the 2 train cams here. Hide the POV because you guys don't need that. And then bring the train back here so we can pick up you guys. Because you guys are the passengers. So now we're basically going to pick up the precious cargo. And we'll get you guys going. And of course everything is probably going to derail. Yeah. The layout's not perfect, so sometimes things will derail. Alright, so we're slowly getting ready to pick you guys up. And there we go. Alright, so now that we picked you guys up, we'll go ahead and try to get the rest of this cargo right here. And that way we can be part of this train here. Okay, so I've got a switch button right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me go a little bit forward so I can talk about what I've got here on Phoenix Point. Because you guys can actually see this now, which is nice. Okay, so I think you guys can see that, and I'll make this a little bit bigger as well so you guys can see what I've got here. If you guys are curious how Phoenix Point is set up. Okay, so Phoenix Point basically has multiple ways I can switch this track. So it's actually connected underneath here. We have a DS64 that's underneath it that has push buttons as basically my toggle throws. And so instead of having like that manual Caboose Hobbies throw that you usually do by hand, I basically have what's called, well, what I call a digital throw. So basically, I press this button, it activates the DS64, and that way I can switch it. The other way I can do it is, since it's connected to DS64, anything that uses local net, aka like LNWI, JMRI, and so forth, I can also switch it on this point as well. So I love having the multiple systems, and that's why I really like Digitrax, because there's more than one way to control my turnouts and control my trains. So I'm going to go ahead and back you guys up. We'll pick up the rest of the train here, and then we will be on our way. Alright, and there we have it. So you guys got kind of a mini op session here. I know it's not the full-blown scale, but it's something. Alright. And then we'll bring our quad 11 or quad 1s around, and then we're gonna park her. Yeah, we'll park her. All right, and there we have it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that a little bit. So now, welcome aboard train number 195. This is the Rock, the Smurf train. You guys are riding the Smurf. And that's kind of a small little taste of where I want this layout to eventually go. Considering now that we got the camera cards, we can actually get almost a POV perspective of ops. So as you can see, there's still a third rail that needs to be put in. It'll be a very small confined ops, but at least it can be an intro to ops when it comes to HO scale. Now, if I really want to do ops, I think we're going to take that to T-scale layout that we're kind of, our T-track layout that we're building. I'm probably going to do ops on that. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. All right. But yeah, I can tell I'm going to need a little bit more camera angles, because what I'd like to do is bring up these angles when I have the layout cameras also going. So that's something else I'll have to figure out. But one camera view that we haven't really gone to today is all the cameras. So right now, we've got the camera train down there with the Rock Smurf going around. See, it is on Wilding 6 going back to Phoenix Point. So this gives you kind of an overall arching view of the cameras. And then we got the new testing range camera right at the bottom left there. Alright, it looks like we're at Phoenix Point. Yeah, I'm hoping to make this train a little bit longer. Got a few more cars that I do have, but they're kind of in their... they gotta get repaired and gotta get their couplers converted. I've got one right now that's kind of needs a complete overhaul, unfortunately. Alright, let's get you guys back on the train here. But yeah, definitely making progress for sure. So kind of my next big things that I got coming out. We've got a few more camera train videos from the Samurai layout coming up. Now what's kind of cool is that I have officially upgraded my camera. So there's a few videos that's kind of in the queue right now that are still the smaller cameras that aren't high resolution. However, we do have some videos that are in high resolution now because I did buy myself a new camera to get 1080p, 60 frames per second. So that way you guys can have a clear view of the layout in first person POV. And so that's going to be my next big test experiment. Again, we got it with the exact rail that I was talking about earlier. We're going to put a camera on this with the high definition camera that's on it. And then we'll get some good shots. Along with mini rail fanning as well. Got that in the works. And so for the Icey Rails, I think for now the next big step is... I think we got the camera kind of situated. Again, to go into high definition, it's going to require a little bit of extra money to do, which I'm not ready to do just yet. I've got the hankering to get JMRI up and going and get the block detection system going so that we can get the dispatch perspective of this layout. I kind of have it in the works still, but I think we really need to go to the next level in Digitrax, get the get some more block detections, and then go from there. So I may... See, I'm kind of debating which way I want to go. If I just want to go the cheapest route, the cheap, easy route, which is just getting another PM74. Or do I just want to go ahead and go all in and get the new command station, 2 boosters, and the BXP88, I think is the name of it. So, I haven't really decided yet which way I want to go, but... Hey, BCF Parts, how you doing? All good, I understand that. Just happy you can drop by. Just glad you can drop by. So I'm not sure what I want to do. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Mister, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. But yeah, welcome everyone. Again, I am Rayron the Ice Dragon, and we are basically riding the Smurf rock train. Welcome aboard. This is the freight train. This is going around in circles right now. And right now we're just chilling, relaxing. And again, if you are... Yep, we're in the rock. Yes, they are Rock Island blue ore cars. And in fact, I've got 3 of them. However, I've got one right now that's in bad order. So this is basically what they look like. The unfortunate thing about this one is that the wheels are hitting the coupler screw box. You won't be able to see it, but I've got to basically find new screws, flathead screws, because these ones unfortunately bubble. But yeah. So that they are. Let's go ahead and take it to the one camera view here. So that way you guys get a taste of the front of the train. It may be fantasy schemed. I don't know if they actually had them IRL. I'll do a little more research, but the fact that they got them in HL scale, I'm happy. And typically, I know, I always talk about the rules of my collection, which is usually under the UP family tree. And the rock doesn't really, it falls into the family, but not 100%. So the reason why I collect some of the rock freight cars and so forth is because the Union Pacific did buy, I want to say it's 80% of the rock's mainline track. Not necessarily the company, but the track itself. And so that's why I tend to model it in my kind of railroad lore, I guess you can say. I'm just saying that the UP bought them out outright, and they're considered a fallen flag. I know that's not the real case, IRL, but they are adopted into my railroad. So, but as you can see there, we've got the Missouri Pacific Quad 1 parked on the right there as we go past it. And I will actually bring up the tail end. You can kind of see the end of the train there. So now you guys are traveling over Phoenix Point, about to go over Harbor Point. Ow. Yeah, I guess I deserve that. Alright. And so, over the makeshift bridge. And then we've got, and you can see, I still have a lot more Rock Island stuff over there. I got a breakdown crane, I should say. A few more box cars I got to convert. I still have a whole bunch of projects to take care of. We got the scale train's big below turbine parked on the side, followed by the Chicago Northwestern passenger train that is connected to the excursion train of the big boy and 2 water tenders. And if you guys haven't seen yet, I just released a video of a POV of the big boy on Samurai Layout, so feel free to check that out after the live stream. So there's our water tenders, and then the 4018, which is actually one of the surviving big boys in the outskirts of Dallas, Texas. Which I'm hopeful that when we go down to the NMRA convention in Greenlee, Colorado, oh, not Greenlee, Grapevine, Texas, we'll be able to go see it. That's the hope, anyways. That is the hope. But yeah, as far as train shows are concerned, New Braunfels is literally 1 week today in Texas, in San Antonio, Texas. Or no, in New Braunfels, Texas, but it's kind of on the outskirts, one town out of San Antonio. So I will be there. And there may be some stickers to give away if you guys are going to that train show. So I'm hoping to... Hi, can I help you? Can I help you? Ah, this cat. So yeah, I'm hoping to get some stickers in, so we can be part of the sticker gang, whatever you want to call it. And so I'll have basically 2 different types of stickers. I'll have one that I'll probably just mail out to people, but if you meet me in person, I'll have a special, hopefully holographic sticker for you as well. So that's kind of how I'm going to do my sticker system. So that way you have the, it's kind of a spin-off of Pokemon trading cards. Like, you got the normal one, but then, you got that special foil one. So, are you like hanging on to dear life? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on. Sit down. Oh, that's all good. Yeah, Minnesota. Yeah. I'm going to be trying to go to some more train shows. Like, next year, my goal is to try to go to Amherst. We're going to make that trip work. I'm just not sure how we're going to do it just yet, but I want to go to Amherst really bad. But yeah, so we've got New Braunfels coming up in next week. We've got the NMRA train show coming up in August, which I'll be going to that one. Hopefully we get to see Bernard mini prints and then get a body scan, which I am excited for. Yeah, I can't wait for Amherst. Like that's I kind of just want to get everything booked now, just so we just go. But there is, one slight complication of, we got pets, so I'll still have to figure that one out. But I really, really want to go. Oh, man, you had to go but cancel. Oh, man. I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, if you are new to the channel, I see we got plenty of lurkers there. Feel free to hit that subscribe, hit that like button. I greatly appreciate any support. Again, you guys determine when you guys get those special emotes in the chat room when it comes to partnership. And we're definitely on the road to 1,000. Like I said, in 1 week, last week we gained 100 subscribers. This week we gained about 78 subscribers. So we're basically like 22 away from 700, which I'll release another emote because I've got like 5 emotes ready to go. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm hoping. Well, when is it? Hang on, when's Amherst next year? Google search. Amherst 2023. Let's see, when is this? Oh, I appreciate Mystic, but again, it really comes down to you guys. You guys make all the achievements. I'm literally just running trains. It's really you guys that make those accomplishments. I'm just hoping you guys are enjoying the escapism. That's what I really want to promote here, is a place that you guys can relax, watch trains run, we can talk about trains, and we'll just have a good time. Escape from the world a little bit. That is the whole point. Oh, that's right, we're in 2023 now. Man, I'm thinking we're in 2022. Ay. Okay, so 2024. Wow. Oh, so it's in January. January 27th and 28th of next year. All right, take your time. So Springfield, Massachusetts. Okay. Yeah, oh man. I gotta make that work. I gotta make that happen. I wanna meet you guys. Definitely wanna meet you guys. Yeah, we gotta make that work. It's just I gotta fly out there too. That's gonna be the interesting part. I gotta see if the NMRA tickets are on sale. Cause I already got my hotel booked. But I think the tickets were supposed to go on sale in August. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so we got a full list here. Let me save this. Okay. So it looks like we have a full schedule for NMRA. Oh, BCF parts. We don't... So one thing I don't like doing is de-lurking our lurkers. If they just want to lurk and not chat, just let them be. Just let them be. We try not to de-lurk our lurkers. So let's see, Monday, August 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. This is so freaking confusing. I just want to buy tickets. That's all. Okay, so we're going to do... So this is interesting tours. See, that's the thing about an NMRA convention is that it's a week long, and there's a whole bunch of events. But it's like I want to go to the actual National Train Show. The National Train Show is actually Friday, Saturday, but the NMRA has Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of events, which is pretty cool. But I just can't take that much time off. But I don't know, so I want the National Train Show. When they pass plus National Train Show. Because Mr. Convention. Let's see, options Friday, Saturday. So we want to do Friday. So it's expensive too. Oof. Wow, 3.5 days? So, I mean, it depends. Is it a regional NMRA convention or is it the national? Because this is the national. So, yeah, they got a whole week planned. All good. No, I'm just talking about the NMRA convention. Just looking at the tickets. Okay, I will deal with this off camera. Yeah, so I thought that makes sense. So it's a regional convention. This is, like I said, this is the national. This is the U.S. national. The one that goes from place to place. So this year it's in Grapevine. Next year it's in, I believe, Long Beach, California. That's pretty cool. I'm happy that the NMRA is heading in that direction to podcast, online content, and so forth. Because really, YouTube is where it's at when it comes to this hobby. Because if it wasn't for YouTube and his channel, you know, I can't share the things that I'm trying to do. And I see that we're pushing the caboose again. Hang on. Let me deal with that. I take it you're an NMRA member, BCF? Yeah, so I actually used to, so like I said, I started over on Twitch. I tried to bring model railroading to Twitch. I met one other content creator who no longer does content online anymore. But it just got to the point where YouTube was Twitch was allowing content that I didn't agree with. And it just got to the point that the YouTube community, when it comes to model railroading, is a lot better. And so I decided to stick here. Nice. Yeah, BC, I'm thinking about going after MMR, but I'm just and doing a series here on YouTube about it to show what it takes to go from here I am just playing with trains to actually the journey and documenting that journey to become an MMR as a millennial. Because most MMRs are like, they're getting really old. Let's just put it that way. So I'm debating. It's just, I don't know. I don't know if I want to put myself through the headaches. Because every time I get passionate in joining the NMRA, I find there's little things that just creak through the cracks that I don't like, and it's enough to discourage me from actually joining. Hi. So, I don't know. I'm still on the fence. Why are you slowing down? Give you a little bit more speed to get up the hill. Yeah, and that's the part, is getting stuff judged. Like, I hate with a fiery passion that it's a sandbox hobby, but yet you gotta be you gotta get stuff judged, aka be in a competition to get your certificates. And be a judge, I think, is part of it too. So I don't know. I just hate competition. I understand it's all friendly competition and everything, but I can get really, really competitive. I just don't know if I want to go down that rabbit hole with this hobby. That's kind of another point that I'm just not sure. And I know scratch building stuff is something that I'll have to focus on. I don't know. But I like the idea of documenting the journey. So if anyone else is inspired to, and who's like, it could be an interesting experience. And then the other point is I may just do MMR, but with an N scale layout instead of an HO layout. It's something else I'm contemplating, because I can do a lot more in N scale, size-wise. Whereas HO, it's kind of hard to do. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, I still gotta do all the research for MMR. So I know very surface level stuff, but not the in the weed stuff. Oh, that's good to know. Yeah. And it's like, I know my local MRA representative. As a matter of fact, he's been on Heath's channel before, too. For the Texas region. Lone Star region, if I remember correctly. Oh, 1 scale. Nice. So yeah, we're talking about scales, which is pretty cool, because we've got the first T-Track modular kind of built. We just got to paint it and get track on there. And we're going to do kind of a whole documentary into T-Track. Yeah, so it's actually on the same car. So let me go ahead and bring up a good camera view. So you're actually looking at the front of the train and the rear of the train. On the right-hand side, it's the front. On the left-hand side, it's the rear. And so when we take it to the main camera here, I've actually got a camera car. And I'll actually pause it. I'll actually stop it too so you can see this. So basically, the way this whole thing works, and there's momentum. I keep forgetting about that. Okay, so basically what we got here is we basically have 2 security cameras that send a feed to an app on my phone, and they are being powered by 2 external batteries connected via USB. And I've got 2 cameras, one pointing to the front of the train, one pointing to the rear. And I can't remember how long that flat car is, but they're all basically on this giant flat car. And so, in order to make all this work, so basically, those 2 cameras send a feed to my app that's on my phone. And then my phone is connected to a capture software on my computer, which is then getting captured again through Streamlabs OBS. And because of the amount of times that the video has to get captured and transferred, I lose resolution. So really on my phone, it is basically 1080p. It's just it gets downgraded when it gets captured 2 to 3 times. Which is why the quality's not great. So I've got to work on some bugs to get it to work right. Now there is a way to skip the phone process. It's just it requires a much more expensive Google camera, because I figured out that a Google camera can be connected to the Google Nest, which can get captured on my computer, and that's really the next evolution step, and still be powered the same way. Yep, jinx. Jinx and double jinx. So this is my solution to get live feed, live stream on a POV camera to live stream with. And this took me like freaking 10 years to figure out. Because this is something I've been wanting to do. How do I live stream a camera from a train? And so that's kind of the answer. So those two cameras, and it's all wireless, I can capture it through Streamlabs. And it's definitely the first time this is really the first time I've been like dedicated an entire stream to this concept. I debuted this on the latest episode of the Icey Station podcast last week. But I didn't have the two cameras, so really the two cameras that you're seeing right now is actually brand new, being debuted today on this stream. And again, I gotta work on the quality. That's still something I'm trying to figure out, but the fact that we've got to this far is insane. So side view, yeah, I can do side view. I'll have to figure. The problem with side view is that the camera is still too tall and it'll just go all over the scenery, but yeah, it's possible. And matter of fact, what I can even do is that this app can go up to 4 cameras. So basically, we can offset the cameras so you can get a right side view and a left side view, which that's actually not a bad idea. I'll still have to get 4 extra batteries and extra flat card, but yeah, that's something we can do. So I don't know if there's a camera small enough to do a live stream for N scale. I'm not convinced there's a camera out there that can do that. I mean, there is potential, but man, you gotta have, basically in order to do that, you gotta have your own custom code and your own custom app or software to make that happen. So something that I'm considering BCF is live streaming from my local club. It's called San Antonio Motor Association. The problem is that I still gotta figure out if I can get a camera. Yeah, it's a high wide load. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Let me bring up the testing range. Yeah, you can see just how big those cameras are. So as it comes around, it dwarfs everything. There's no way that I can get this through my club layouts tunnels, the tunnel ports. So basically, it's tall enough to get over any scenery and any other cars on the double main. But it's too tall for its own good. Matter of fact, there's a good shot right there. So here's another shot. So again, right now, this is all conceptual base. I just wanted to see if I can do a proof of concept. Can I live stream from a camera on the train? Which we've checked that off. Now it's developing how far can we take the technology and see if we can live stream with smaller cameras with high definition. That's going to be the next step for me here, to see if we can get this to a higher resolution. And then the next step is, can I live stream on location? Yeah, and I don't want to toot my own horn because I don't know if this has actually ever been done on YouTube at all. But it may have, I don't know, which is why I'm not going to make that claim. But I will make the claim that this is the first time on my channel that I was able to get this to work. And I am really proud of it, because it gets me excited, because now I can capture any type of train and you guys can ride along with it. So, you know, we can ride it with the big boy, we can ride with the cab forward, you know, there's so much different things that we can do. And it's only going to get better, and that's why I'm excited for it. The fact that we're able to break this code a little bit and how to figure this out. But it is, don't get me wrong, it is expensive. I think the whole setup, like I said, you need like a secondary phone, so that way you don't get notifications from your phone, because I'm basically capturing it. The cameras themselves were on sale for like $30, but it's the battery packs that toss it over $100. Oh, Heath's got me beat. Like, Heath has reached Mars with his setup, and same probably with Anthony Dodge with his camera system. But I'm trying to reach the moon right now. I'm not in a race. No, I'm taking my time. I just want to get things kind of. I want to bring a different perspective to the hobby, and that's kind of my goal. So right now, BCF parts. This is technically. Oh man, I don't even know. I think it's Wi-Fi. I think it's Wi-Fi, because it's weird because it's signaling through an app on my phone. So yeah, it is Wi-Fi because it goes through my Google Fiber. Yeah. So yeah, it's Wi-Fi. So basically, the way it works is that those cameras have a wireless signal to my mesh router for the Google Fiber, and then that signal is then being sent to my phone, because my phone's connected to that same Wi-Fi. And then I basically have it connected via a USB C going to my computer that I have capture software for my phone. So basically, the two screens that you're seeing right now is actually from my phone. And I'm trying to get to the point where I'm skipping the phone capture and going straight to the computer. So right now, all of the cameras that are available wirelessly that don't need a wired connection to like another box, a distribution box, don't have an app that can go to my computer except for Google. The Google Nest cameras have that capability, and that's probably going to be my next step. Or what I may actually end up doing for the sake of privacy, I may actually go with Amazon Alexa. Because I think I have to do a little bit more research, but if I take an Amazon Alexa camera, I think the Amazon allows me the video feed that I need, so that way I can skip the third capture step through my phone. So that's kind of the next step for me, but it's a couple months down the road before I even think about doing it that route. But yeah, I don't know if you guys can see this, but basically here's the phone. So I've got the capture. So it's basically capturing everything from this phone. And this is actually my older phone. I was not going to use it anymore. However, I found that it actually makes for a perfect capture. But, well, so let me rephrase. So, yes, I get your point with that, but I'm more talking about my house is kind of a smart house, and so I use the Google Nest system for my outdoor cameras and so forth. And so, for the sake of privacy from streaming per se, I need to probably use an Alexa camera, so. So the light bulb cameras, the only problem is I can't get a light bulb camera on my train because I have no way of feeding it power unless I actually solder wires to it, and I'm not gonna go that far. Now they would probably be good for if I want to capture like the overall layout. So it is something that I have been thinking about if I want to get that overhead shot. But I kind of have that already with this view. So with this view, I kind of have the overview camera. Do I have just the overview camera? I thought I did. Yeah, the Icey Rails. So here is the overview camera, and this kind of does its job. So, and it gives you a little bit of scale of just how big this modular layout is. And this is actually a smaller modular layout. This is not even true. It technically uses the Fremo standard for the wiring and for the track work, but not for the bench work. Because most Fremo modulars are 26 inches wide, if I remember correctly. Mine are 12 inches wide. So that way I can actually fit it in my room. But yeah, that also gives you kind of a bigger perspective of how big those cameras are. What program? I'm trying to think. And I'm sure they exist, those pinhole cameras. What program do they use to capture the feed, though? Because most pinhole cameras just capture, well, yeah. That would be the question, is what do they, how would I capture the feed, the video feed? That's something I'll need to do more research on. Because I know they exist. Like, I understand that those pinhole cameras do exist. But they require, like, a lot of knowledge. Okay, a lot of open source. See, and that's the rabbit hole that Heath is going down. Because he's got those small little cameras that he gets off of Amazon, but it's all open source, which means you gotta do your own custom coding. You gotta do the custom Wi-Fi connections with the LAN Wi-Fi ports, I believe. And that gets into a whole rabbit hole that I'll have to do a lot of research. Yeah. No, it definitely is an option. Yeah. But yeah, and that's kind of the rabbit hole I eventually want to go down, but probably not yet. Not until I'm a little more knowledgeable on it. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, BSF. Gotta do, I gotta do my research. And it's like, if it requires like any hardcore coding, like truly understand the Wi-Fi LAN ports, hopefully the open source is user friendly. Oh, you don't follow Heath? Okay. No, you're fine. So, there's another YouTuber by the name of Humanity Junction. I actually wear his hoodie right here, over on YouTube as well. Some people call him Heath or Humanity Junction, but he typically goes by Heath. But yeah, he is like the, how far can you take technology in model railroading? And the thing is, he hasn't really figured out, or hasn't gone down the rabbit hole of trying to live stream via a camera on a train. Oh, nice. Wireless engineer. Okay. Sweet. That'll help. Because again, these cameras are fine too. They do their job. It's like we get, but if that's pretty cool. If we can get it like 100% eye level, like this is not 100% eye level. This is probably, I would say about I don't know, 45 degrees off from eye level. Maybe 30%. Maybe 30 degrees, I should say. So yeah, and that's the thing too, is like the software, and this is the part, it's not only about the wireless aspect of it, it's how do I get my Google router permission to get access to that wireless LAN capability. Because that open source software will you probably have to configure, and this is my biggest issue, is that I would have to configure the open source program to accept the wireless LAN coming from the open source camera on the train itself. And that part is beyond me. That's where I would have to follow as many tutorial videos as I can. Because relatively speaking, what I'm using is basically commercial products versus open source. You really have to know what you're doing to get all of the open source coding and hardware to talk with the software in order to get things going. And that's very layman's terms the way I'm kind of putting it. All right, let's get, let's see. Let's get the front camera going. But yeah, Mystic, you got a good idea there with the side camera views. I'm kind of really, I'm chewing on that idea a little bit. It's got me thinking. But yeah, I'm really excited for the, so when it comes to, okay, yeah. So the best way, I don't know if you got Discord, but I'm on Discord. I don't have Discord on this computer, actually, now that I think about it. But like I said, I'm just happy that we're at this point. Oh boy. Cats are chasing cats. Cats doing cat things. I appreciate that, Mystic. But yeah, as I was saying about the T-Track, so we've got one corner piece kind of built. We still got to paint it. I still got to buy the drops for the Kato track. And then we'll start having that up and going. And then we'll also, so Fairy VR is actually building all the T-Track modulars. Because it's basically going to be her layout in a way. Because she's more into the N-scale side. And so we basically have a GoPro camera that's recording her building the entire modulars. And so that's going to be part of the Rise of the N-scale series for the next episode. Yeah. Oh, I'm that way too. But I definitely have, I'm not sure if I want to, I may just spoil it since we're on this topic. I just don't know where I put it. Oh, I think I know where it's at. Give me 1 second. Since we're kind of on this topic. Because there is actually something else that I cracked the code to as well. So I will be right back. All right, so hey, Mystic. That's exactly how I'm doing my next layout as well. My kind of dream layout is all being done with pencil and paper too. All right, so kind of something that I wanted to show. How do I want to do this? It's kind of the evolution into my recording content because I think I've got it pretty much squared away on how I do it. And so, kind of the history. So it originally started, okay, it actually started from my phone. All the videos that I did, all my shorts, everything came from the phone because I wanted to prove a point that to do YouTube for any content creator, including model railroaders, so if you're inspired to do something like this is how I started. I started with the phone. And I just uploaded very simple stuff and just started from there. You should see some of my earlier videos. You know, it came from this phone. And up until last year, this was it. This is all that I used to create content. And so it kind of evolved. You know, that phone's kind of retired in a way. And I finally decided to upgrade to the most latest. I think this is a Samsung 20, I don't know. It's the latest Samsung Note whatever. And so it gives me the 480p that I really want for my videos. But I use that mostly for shorts when I'm on the layout. So all the shorts that you see on the channel come from that phone. But as far as full-blown videos, I kind of evolved a little bit. So originally, the videos came from my silver GoPro because this was nice and portable, compact, allowed me to do what I needed to do, and I still use this. Like when I go rail fanning, I'll probably still use this. As far as to get to, and especially when I do my train show videos, I have this camera when it goes to the certain places that we're going via the car. And so, you know, I started with this and it worked fine. And some of my earlier train show videos, like the new Braunfels that's coming up, I actually made a video on a new Braunfels train show from last year, and this is what I used to record it, and it came out really, really nice. The problem with this one is that the battery is internal, meaning that I can't swap it out when it dies. So when it dies, I actually have to connect it and charge it for like 2 hours. So that's when I knew I had to upgrade because it was more of a necessity. So that way I can record for an unlimited amount of time. And so I eventually had to save enough money for this because it does get expensive when it comes to camera. But again, buy the stuff that you need to be successful in the way you want to do things. Don't do what I'm doing because it gets expensive if it doesn't work out for you. And so I eventually upgraded to the GoPro Hero 11. Now, if you have a 10, stay with the 10 because this kind of does the same thing. So what was interesting about this is that the GoPro Hero 11 has the interchangeable batteries. So what that means is that now I just got to stock up on these batteries and I can swap them out and charge them while I'm still using this to record the content. And then now that I'm recording other content, now you can see how it gets into a rabbit hole because now you got to get your SD cards because the SD cards don't come with this. And then you go into more rabbit holes like, okay, where am I going to put these stupid SD cards? Because if you fill one up, you're going to need more. So there's all my SD cards. So it's amazing how much of things you don't think about until you go through the trial and error process of doing things. And so in modern day, all of the videos that I do when it comes to like going to train shows, going to the Samurai layouts, the just even with all of my updates, the T-Track module update with the HO layout updates. It all comes from this. It comes from the GoPros. And what's cool about this has been a great thing for... Okay, no, I don't want you there, Cap. You guys may have seen me doing this on the camera train videos, but this is how I record. So it's basically wrist mounted. I can literally get into places that I can't really get to when it comes to like a tripod or even on the layout. So basically with this, I can reach over the layout and get my shot that I need. And I am stable with this so it doesn't shake a lot. This has been revolutionary when it comes to capturing content. And again, it may not be for everyone, and it may not be in your price range, but the whole point of why I'm showing you this is that I had to do so much trial and error to get the footage that I want to share with you guys. So Mystic, this is not the smallest. They just came out with the GoPro Hero 11 Mini. But there is a big problem with the Hero Mini in that it doesn't have the interchangeable batteries. The GoPro Mini has an internal battery that lasts maybe, I don't know, 2 to 3 hours on HD. And so I would actually recommend, if you want to get the smallest GoPro, then go with the Hero 11 that you can interchange the batteries for. So it depends on what your needs are. Will depend on what camera that you want. Now, when we're talking about how do I capture content when it comes to recording videos for my riding a train and so forth that I do, it literally started with the smallest. This is basically like a miniature spy camera that I just bought off of Amazon for like 20 bucks. And this does the job. It's not bad. I mean, it's got your micro SD card right there. It did the job for a short amount of time. And then, just for S&Gs, I also have the Hot Wheels camera car as well. This is absolutely obsolete for me right now, unless I do Hot Wheels content, which I've thought about. But, you know, it actually worked for a little bit. I captured a few things. Not on this particular channel. It was more of experimenting a couple years ago. We're talking like at least 10 years ago. So, you know, I tried this to capture stuff on the trains. It was okay. But then Amazon, or the same company that made this small little spy camera, came out with their next model, which was the Sir Gawain is the name of it. But a little more expensive at $30, but basically what I do is I clip this to a gondola car, and this has been used a lot. To the point, again, the problem about this is that it's internal batteries and it only lasts you for an hour. But it gets you up to 780p, 30 frames per second. Yeah, that's basically what I did. I put this Hot Wheels cars on a flat car, and it was like a gondola, so like a trash car, gondola car. So that way I can capture it. That's basically how I started. And so this camera was basically the workhorse of my content for a long time, for about 3 to 4 months. Yeah, so this is the $30 camera. That's off of Amazon. I'll see if I can find the link here. And it's like, I liked it. Let me grab... Yeah, I really, really like this camera a lot. Let's see. I just got to find it. And look, oh, it's actually on sale right now, I think. Yeah, let me go to my recent orders. Questionable for N scale. It could be. It could be small enough for N scale. It'll be pushing it. It'll definitely be pushing it, I think. Oh, I forgot to grab something else while I was up. I'm gonna see if I can find the exact camera. Yeah, I haven't tried it for N scale, but I will try it for N scale since I got the T-Track stuff. But again, this camera cannot live stream. It's all recorded based. Yeah, it looks like it's on sale right now for $20. Yeah, I don't know if that lead's gonna work, but so the resolution, you have to press the buttons. There's instructions for it. It can go up to 7. What was it? 7. Well, it says it can go up to 1080p. Realistically, it can go up to 7. What's the one below that? 740, I believe, is what I got out of it. Yeah, after post-processing and all that, usually I can get it at a good 780 or 720, whatever the next one is below. But at the end of the day, this camera was really good. And if I remember correctly, though, the highest memory card that it can take is a 72. What is it? It's a 72 gigabyte stick. So that's another thing to take note, is that this camera, again, its weaknesses is that it only lasts you for an hour. And it can only go up to 32 gigabytes for a micro SD card. But it was the workhorse for my content recording wise on a train. So it definitely was great. So if you want entry level camera, I think that's the way to go. And so let me grab one more thing. I've got the replacement for that just recently. Okay. So we talked about what I was going to use this for. So this exact rail, I actually got 2 of them because I want to do something else with this one that I'll show a little bit later. But these depressed center cars was perfect for the next camera that I was planning to buy. And I gotta give Heath's community kind of a shout out here, because they were the ones that, I can't remember the exact person who found this camera. Oh, I do too. I can't remember the guy's name, but there was basically a user in Heath's channel that recommended a particular camera, not necessarily for live stream, but for recording, and I jumped on the opportunity to get one. And so we've got this guy right here. So this is the Railcam 5, and this camera is amazing. So it is expensive. So it is $100. It is expensive, but this goes up to full 1080p, 60 frames per second, and if you really want to, this can go up to 4K. I don't have the computer, I don't have the resources to really go up to 4K, but it can. And what's cool about this camera is that it can go up to 100 and Came in with 128 gigabytes stick. Yeah, it can go up to 128, which means you can store more, and it lasts for almost like half a day. So what I've done is I've taken one of my depressed cars and put a Velcro lining in here and put Velcro on here. So now, here is my new camera car that I'll use to record for videos. And so I've got a few episodes of the Train Cam series that are still under the old 720p resolution. But once this one starts coming out in the queue, it's a lot nicer. And I gotta flip this around because that's bugging me. I'm capturing it from this way. And something that I've been thinking about doing is I'll save up a little bit more money and I'll get a second one of these. So basically what I'll do is I'll put one cam facing that way, put another camera facing the other way, and then have basically the full train in the shot side by side in a video. So that's kind of the future of the content a little bit when it comes to the railcar series, when it comes to a camera car. So this is basically going to be my new workhorse for my mini rail fanning series that I do, for my the camera train series, and this is probably going to be the last camera that I get, and it was a lot cheaper than a GoPro. And this is basically designed for drones. This is basically, this company makes cameras for drones. But I tell you what, it's within, and that's why I wanted these depressed cars, because it gives me the clearance. Because you can see it's just as wide as a normal HO car, but now that it's depressed like this, we can fit through the NMRA tunnels, and this has the capability to go up to 4K. And let me just double check. I'm pretty sure it can go up to 4K. Run cam 5. Yeah, so it does have the capability to go up to 4K. And unfortunately, just Google it on Amazon, you'll find it. And so that's basically the next evolutionary step in my content. And that's the thing about it, is like, it's all been through trial and error. Let me go ahead and go through all the cams. So I haven't. No, it's just video recording. To my knowledge, it won't stream. I'll have to do more digging, but I'm pretty sure it's just for. Yeah, I'll have to do some more digging on that. To see if there's a particular software that can capture, but it doesn't look like it'll stream. Everything I'm getting here is just, it's basically a competition to GoPro. But yeah, for what I needed to do, it's perfect. And this company does have smaller cameras, but it goes into like hundreds of dollars to try to get. The smaller you go, obviously the more expensive it gets. And so it puts this company's smaller cameras to potentially live stream. it goes way outside my price range, unfortunately. So, but again, I'm not using this camera to live stream. I'm using it to physically record on the club's layout. But yeah, if we can find a camera that's like this that can live stream to a computer, I'll be in business. Or directly to a computer via Wi-Fi, I'll be in business. But we're not there yet. We're not there yet. For now, you know, we've got our makeshift camera system. Yeah, no problem, Mystic. Hopefully that helps. So yeah, gone from a really crappy camera to that camera. But definitely excited. Definitely excited for that. But that's basically, you know, all the behind the scenes stuff. Again, I know it's not for everyone. An SD card Wi-Fi adapter. Now that's piquing my interest. Hang on. So you're telling me that it can record to the SD card, and that SD card will then send a Wi-Fi signal? Ooh, wait a minute. That's worth looking into. SD Wi-Fi card adapter. Okay, I'll have to dig more into that. Yeah, I'm kind of seeing that here. SD Wi-Fi. But that's just to transfer data, though. Right? I mean, that could be, because that's interesting, because if we can get like an SD card for this camera and have like a Wi-Fi adapter, as you're saying, that actually could have the potential to do what we want it to do. But now the problem becomes I need the internet to transmit. So I'll be able to do it here on the home layout, but I won't be able to do it on a club layout. But that's got me thinking. Yeah, I'll have to dig into that a little bit more. Yeah, no, definitely. Wow. So yeah, I'm seeing this wireless LAN SD card, 64 gigabytes, but it's not the micro SD card that we need. But even then, that puppy is $320. But yeah, it transmits data wirelessly. But I'm not sure if it'll send like a feed wirelessly, but yeah, it'll send a signal out to store to a computer. That's actually amazing. That's actually freaking amazing that this technology exists. It looks like it's still new. That's why the price is kind of out there, but. Oh, that's cool. But that does give me an idea, though. That gives me an idea to look for something. It gives me an idea to look for external SD card adapters that goes into that slot and then connects to something else that does the wireless transmission. That could be key. That could be key. So no, that's a great tip. Yep. That is something that I'll look into for sure. Yeah. But the technology is getting there, though. It'll transmit data wirelessly, but probably not a live feed. But that's not to say that we can find something to jerry-rig to get it to work, like we've got here. I mean, we're able to jerry-rig this to work. What's not to say that we can find something that does something similar? Very interesting indeed. But, yep, it's progress. It's definitely progress. And that's the other thing too, is like I gotta keep budget in mind. So these things to think about. But yeah, I'm excited for this the next evolution phase of the railcar camera. All right. But yeah, we'll get there. One of these days, kind of the dream setup is being able to live stream a camera car from the club layout here at Samurai. That's kind of the dream goal. Oh, I appreciate that, BCI Parts. Take it easy. Have a good night. Thanks for all the tips and suggestions. Yeah, I'll definitely take that in consideration into my search for sure. And I'm just glad you enjoy the escapism model railroading here on the channel. Appreciate you hanging out with us on this Friday afternoon or evening now. So, but yeah, you have a good rest. Let's see, we've been on for about almost 2.5 hours. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, I'm definitely excited for what content we got coming forward. Like I said, we got the T-Trek that's coming out. We actually have another gauge that is about to start up as well. It'll be our third gauge here on the channel. I think you guys will be kind of excited for it. So we got one T-Trek modular that's built. We've got a couple more that are on the way. And then we have space for our third gauge. I'm kind of going to keep that under wraps a little bit until the video comes out, because I kind of want to be a surprise. But it shouldn't be a shocker when it comes out. Let's get some of our other cameras here. Let's get that testing range camera out. And all the cameras. Yeah, hopefully you guys are learning stuff. You know, as I make these breakthroughs, I'll try to share them as best as I can. I know it can be. Stop chewing on my cord, you. I know it can be gatekeeped a little bit because of how much it does cost. But hopefully it'll inspire you to do your own model railroad in the way you see fit. Like I said, I'm just trying all sorts of new and different ways to get the perfect, you know, angles that I want. To basically provide the story, you know. You're being a butt. No, stop chewing on this. This cat is being a nuisance. You're being a nuisance. So as far as videos coming out, I think the next big one I need to put out is a DCC install of a Amtrak engine. I'll probably have another episode of... I've got plenty of camera train videos coming out. I'm going to try to get another one. I got the big boy out today. I'll probably try to get another one out tomorrow. We've got the next episode of the Samurai Fun Run that I have now started to edit. That'll probably be coming out either this weekend or next weekend. Next Friday, I think we're gonna end up taking a take off, so probably no live stream next Friday. If I, well, probably do in its place is do a Icey Station podcast video in substitution, because unfortunately Broadway decided to drop a massive announcement on me today, because they just announced their GS4 lineup. And they really want me to go broke because they came out with like a Western Pacific paint scheme and a obviously the daylight scheme they've announced. So we definitely got to talk about that. Oh my goodness. You are so clingy today. Like, what the crap? Hang on. Yeah, Broadway Limited Side is like, oh, here's all the GS4s that you could possibly want. And they announced a few other things too. So definitely want to talk about it. Walthers also came out with a couple of engines that I'm looking at grabbing. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of news that came out this week that I want to cover. But next Friday is also a general meeting for Samra. So, and that usually goes from 7 to 9, which means it's going to be a late stream if I do it. With the new Braunfels train show being that Saturday as well. So next weekend's going to be really busy. So it's like I'm probably just going to release a video versus stream, but we'll see. If I do stream, it'll be probably like 10 o'clock at night, Central Time. And it's going to be for like 30 minutes. And we'll just talk about all the announcements, make it quick, and then go from there. I don't know why that camera is spazzing out all of a sudden. That was weird. Cool. Alrighty, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to drop the camera car off at the station. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll drop the camera car off the station for a little bit, run the train by itself, give you guys some camera views, and we'll go from there. So give you guys a little bit more ops here. We'll bring up Phoenix Point again. That seems to be like kind of the best shot there. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. All right. All right. So we got 111 or quad ones that I need to back up a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and stop this one. I should actually probably do the camera train as well. Hang on. It's going to be the best capture for this. Yeah, we'll just leave you on the camera car. Alright. So we'll come in here, we'll detach. Alright. We'll go ahead and park the camera car. Alright. Alright, and as that happens, let's go ahead and bring you guys back up to Phoenix Point. And we are on our way. So very crude, very simple ops there. Just dropping off the camera car on the siding there at Phoenix Point. And let's go ahead and let's see. We want wilding 2. Alright, and then as it starts going into the testing range, alright, and let's see, that's going into the next wilding turn. Wilding 4. And then wilding 6. So yeah, the camera that was for, so there used to be a camera hanging right next to the MKT poster there. That got moved to the testing range because I basically had redundant 2 cameras for 1 modular. So I ended up moving that. So it made a little bit more sense. Alright, and then going over to Phoenix Point here. And then goes into the corner of Harbor Point. And then finally over to the bridge. All right, let's do the all the cameras here. Been a while since we had all the cameras, and let me go ahead and change this one out. Rotate that one. Pretty cool. It's amazing how far we've come with the Icey Rails here. It's come a long ways. All right, so we're gonna give the engineer the last lap signal, always known as the yellow signal. So we'll give the engineer a yellow signal to do 1 more lap. We'll have it come around and park at Phoenix siding. No space for Phoenix siding? Yeah, we got enough space. It's gonna back up the quad ones here. All right. All right, so it's coming up to Phoenix Point. All right, let's do the full camera here for the last lap. Give it some speed as it revs up to next gear. And then we'll get it over to Phoenix Point where we'll park it for the night. Alright, so we're gonna have it slow down. We'll bring up Phoenix Point. Well, actually, tell you what. There's a better camera angle that we'll do here. So you can see the train back up. We'll start with do I want to start with Phoenix Point? I'll start with Phoenix Point first, and then we'll go into that camera angle. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and stop it. We'll switch the points. And then slowly back up into the siding there. So where I think, yeah, this camera angle's going to be better. Trying to take it nice and slow because sometimes these cars don't cooperate and they derail backing up, especially in these switch. But yeah, I'm shorting out. All right, we'll go ahead and stop it. All right, and we'll shut her down. And that will be it for today. All right, everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with us, looking around again. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon if you want to get more of this type of content. I typically upload 3 shorts a day. I try to do at least 1 video a week and I do 1 live stream a week. So the live stream for next Friday will probably be a very short, quick Icey Station podcast where we talk about the latest and greatest news when it comes to the model railroading hobby. Again, I focus a lot on HO scale, so I tend to look at those particular announcements. We do have Broadway Limited to talk about. We got Walters to talk about, and a few other things as well to discuss. And I'll probably be happy around 10 o'clock, maybe 10:30. Next week, so more to come. Again, we'll take that one by ear, and we'll go from there. So with that, thank you so much. Again, we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and again, I appreciate all the support that you guys give me for the channel and to the hobby in general. So with it, guys, thank you so much. Wing hugs, and I'll see you on the next live stream.